What is up, guys? I'm Scott from Team Royal, and I'm not gonna lie, I had to change my deck. I'm not running the Stern build anymore, however I still have Stern. I'm not gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna keep him because Crossright's be coming out pretty soon. On top of that, I needed to change my build. The reason why I needed to change it was because Stern could not compete. Stern was so, I don't want to say bad because that, it sounds like, oh, Stern's shitty, but like, he really is kind of. Now, the reason why he's kind of shitty is because, one, it's a ride chain and you need to get the ride chain off. Two, his attack has to hit. Now, granted, okay, Azure Dragon doesn't need to hit, but Azure Dragon is stronger at all times than he is, or equal to than he is. You don't have to get the ride chain off, and also his effect's better because he can give you multiple attacks. Now, Stern, I'm not gonna say is shit. He can be good. If I were to mix Beast Deities with him, he could probably run. However, I'm not going to because I feel like that's messed up. If I'm gonna do a Stern build, I'm gonna do a Stern build. If I'm gonna do Beast Deity, I'm gonna do Beast Deity. I'm not gonna mix the two. So, here is my hateful Beast Deity deck profile. This is the deck that I'm going to be using. This is probably going to be more competitive than the Stern is. Mainly because, I have more expensive cards in here and more better cards in here. So, aside from that, let's go ahead and get started. White Tiger is my starter. If he's not going to be my starter, then I'm going to do Transmigration Prophecy Miro or something like that. I don't remember. I'm going to get the card. This one. Miro is good because he gets that extra search out for the grade 3. That's what I like about him. Alright, I don't think I need to turn on my light, but anyway, let's go into the triggers. 4 heal triggers, or whoops, my bad, 4 heal triggers. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. 4 draw triggers. The reason why I don't run more than 4 draw triggers is because this deck, it's good on the draw consistency. Now, I'm not saying, oh, it's going to have a hand like Oracle Think Tank. No, not even. But when I've tested this in the past and when I've played with it, my hand was never, like, really small. I've had, like, 3 cards in my hand. So, 4 is okay for right now. Maybe I'll jump it to 6 and 6. I don't know. But I run 8 critical triggers. The reason why I run 8 is because I really get aggressive in this. This is that build that's like, oh, 1 attack could do 3 damage, basically. That's what I want. Now, the thing with that is it's not difficult to pull off either. It's actually quite easy. Especially when you're using, Azure Dragon or Luminal Dragon or something like that, It's pretty easy to, get that off. So if that's my goal is going to be reached pretty easily. So yeah. Anyway, let me scoot over my bed. Okay, so grade 1s for Tough Boy, Death Army Guy. Death Army Guy, if you check a grade 3, then you can stand him. There's a Death Army Lady with the same effect, she's a grade 2. Those 2 in a column is great. It's 16. Oh, you got a grade 3, 16 again. Oh, you get a stand trigger, 16. It's just like that's how it works. Then, Tough Boys. Tough Boy, pretty simple. If I were to ever, swap cards out or whatever, this guy is probably going to be the one I swap out. The reason for that is because, well, okay, he's definitely one of the ones I'd swap out. If it's not Tough Boy, it's Scarlet Bird. I have 4 Azures in this. I don't need Scarlet and I don't need Black Tortoise, but I have them in here only for the pure fact that I can, go through it faster. Now, Tough Boy, however, Tough Boy is pretty good, just the AK standard. I only have 2 Blink March, which needs to change. He's just like White Tiger. Counterblast 1, put him in soul after he boosts a unit whose attack has Vanguard, stand 1 of your Beast Deity rear guards. Then 2 Perfect Guard Twin Bladers. If I were to increase this, I would probably go 3 and 3 and take out 2. Well, actually no, I'd go 4 and 3 and get rid of the Scarlets. That's probably what I would do. Now, I should probably add some Claydol Mechanic for anti-counterblasting, but this deck doesn't counterblast that much actually. Most of the time I do not get off the hits. I run one Magician Girl Kirara. I want to, and the reason why is because she's just too good. She's a prone blocker, meaning your opponent's going to waste, his blocks on your rear guard. On top of that, she gives you draw power. She attacks, okay? Her attack just has to hit. It doesn't matter what she hits. It can be a rear guard, one that they don't need. You could force them to block for a rear guard that they do not need. Or if you need the hand, you can attack that rear guard that they don't need, forcing them to block. Also, Counterblast 2, you get a draw. If you have a No Grappler Vanguard, which you will not have a case in this deck where you don't have No Grappler Vanguard. Okay, next, 2 Golden Anglet, needs to jump to 3. Desperately needs to jump to 3. And if I were to swap, cards out, probably Blank Tortoise. Or maybe I'll keep Blank Tortoise, or I don't know, something. Anyway, I do get to 2. Or I do get him sometimes, but, I would just like more. Maybe I'd get rid of a Kirara for him or something, I don't know. Maybe something like that. 3, oh yeah, his effect is when he stands during the battle phase, he gains 3,000, so it puts him to a 12k attacker by himself. So, it's pretty good. Next, 3 Black Tortoise. Black Tortoise is the searcher for Azure. If the attack hits, a good top 5 for Azure. Add him, return the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order. It does stack your deck, which there's been a time where I played Oracle Take basically using these cards and Scarlet. I abused the effect, stacking my deck completely for me, and it was great. I drew into a draw trigger. I knew the next 2 cards were a crit and then a draw trigger, so I knew, what everything was going on. And then I have 4 Death Army Ladies. Death Army Lady is a self-stander. I already told you guys earlier, so the effect of her, if I check a grade 3, then I can stand her. Okay, and now the grade 3s. 4 Azure Dragons. Azure Dragon is your main Vanguard in this. He's the one that's going to be there first, but then you're going to want to get that cross ride off. I only run 2 because I only need 2. If a 3rd came up in an offer, I don't even know if I would jump at it. Most likely I wouldn't, because I really don't need a 3rd. I mean, there's not a reason for a 3rd. Next is 1 Ashura Kaiser. I want to be 2, and then Yamato Drake, who's a Golden Anglet. I don't like Yamato, but I like Ashura Kaiser, so I want to get another Ashura Kaiser in here. 2 Ashura Kaiser, 2 Aluminum, 4 Azure. This deck runs really good, and it's really hateful. And by hateful, I mean it's very hateful. I get so many attacks off in a turn. I can jump to, I think, 7 if I do everything right and everything works out how I want it to. But other than that, guys, that was the deck profile. So I have a box opening, and I got a bunch of new stuff. And also, I'm giving a shout out to one of my friends, Mason from Team Omega Anarchy. His link will be in the description below, guys. Go check him out. He's got a lot of good videos, and he's a really good player. So anyway, I'm Scott, and later, guys. It's been Team Royal.